CE, this part, divided by EB, this part. Okay, this is what we are going to get. Now see what you have to prove. You have to prove that DC square is equal to CF into AC. So you're getting a CF here, right? You're getting a CF here, and all the others, but you're not getting all the others. You're not getting DC. You're not getting AC. Okay, so we'll apply BPT in the other triangle. Let's call it 1. So now we apply BPT in the other triangle. So what shall we get? In the red triangle that I have shaded, what we are going to get is this CD divided by AD is equal to CE divided by EB. This is what we are going to do. Okay. Now see, a little bit of manipulation is required. From 1, what we do is, since we have to keep CF, because CF is there in the proof, okay, so we take CF in the denominator. So we write this as FD by CF is equal to EB by C. Invertendo, remember invertendo? That is what I have done. Okay, because I have to keep CF, because CF is there in the proof, I have to keep CF. That's why I have taken the inverse ratio on both sides. Okay, now what you do is you add 1 to both sides. Why are we adding 1? Or you can also argue in this manner by componendo. Okay, by componendo, what can we write? FD plus CF divided by CF is equal to EB plus CE divided by CE. This is what we are getting by componendo, right? Or what you can think of is, you can show an intermediate step. If you don't want to think about componendo, then you can add 1 to both sides. Okay, you can add 1 to both sides, and then you can proceed with this step, which I have done in the solution. Now let's see, why have I added 1? I have added 1 because if I add 1, then I can add FD and CF. And what is FD? This part is my FD. And what is my CF? This part is my CF. So FD plus CF becomes my this part, which is your ED. Let me just draw once again. Why have I added? Because I know that FD plus CF will give me my CD or DC. Okay, so that is why I have added 1. So I write this as FD plus CF equal to DC divided by CF will remain as it is, and EB plus CE. So CE is your this part, EB is your this part. So if you add, it will become this side. That is BC. This is your BC divided by CE. Okay, this is what we are getting. Okay, next, for from 2 you have CD by AD is equal to CE, or take the inverse ratio here also. Why do I take the inverse ratio here also? Because again I will have to keep CD. That is why I take it in the denominator. AD by CD equal to EB by CE. Now again by componendo, or you add 1 to both sides, you will get ED plus CD divided by CD is equal to EB plus CE divided by CE. Now let's see what is AD plus CD. See what is AD plus CD. AD is this, CD is this. So AD plus CD will be all this, AC. Let's write AC. AC. CD will remain as it is. And EB plus CE. So you have your EB, this part, and CE is your this part. So AB plus CE will be your this part, DC. So this is your DC by C. Okay. Let us call this one that we have got. Let's call this as 3. Let us call this as 4. So what are we getting? From 3 and 4, what you see? You have BC by CE on this side. You have BC by CE on this side also. That means from 3 and 4, I can write BC by CF is equal to AC by CD. I can write. So that means I can write this as BC by CF is equal to AC. I'm just changing the order because DC CD I have written. Write DC once again. Now you cross multiply. DC square is equal to CF into AC, which is your required proof here. You see, this is what we had to prove. DC square is equal to CF into AC, and this we have got here. Any questions?
No, sir.
Let's do the next one. Kushi, what was your question? Yesterday you said you had a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What was your question?
Not my question.
Then whose question? If not your question, then whose question? Tell me.
Sir, my question.
Vivek, yours I told you in the beginning, maybe you had not joined, you didn't hear that I will solve it at last. Okay. In the last 5 minutes, I'm going to solve it.
Okay, sir.
Kushi, you don't have any question there. Fine, then we can proceed. In the given figure, A, B, and C are points on OP, OQ, and OR. So see these 3 points. A is a point on this line, B is a point on this line, and C is a point on this line. Such that AB parallel to PQ. So fine, let us mark AB. Erase this then. Mark. So AB is parallel to P. Fine. And what else? EC parallel to PR. EC. This is parallel to this. Fine. You need to show that BC parallel to QR. You need to show that this line BC is parallel to this line QR. Okay. How do you show? See, first of all, what are the triangle that you can see? Two sides, two lines given parallel. So I can see this triangle. Okay. In which I can apply BPT. Also, I can see this blue triangle. Okay. In which I can apply BPT. So let's apply BPT in these two triangles and then see what happens. So applying BPT in the red triangle, what do you get? This is your O. Yes, this is your O. Fine. I have not labeled here, but this is your OB. So you get in the red triangle, if you apply BPT, you get OA by AP is equal to OB by BQ. Call this 1. Now in the blue triangle, if you are applying BPT, you get OC by CR is equal to OA by AP. This is your, call this 2. You have applied BPT in the two triangles. Now what do you see from 1 and 2? From 1 and 2, you see that you have got OA and AP same in the 2. So from 1 and 2, I can write OB by BQ is equal to OC by CR. So what does this relation mean? OB by BQ. What is OB? OB is this one, right? And what is BQ? BQ is this one, right? And what is OC? OC is this one. And what is CR? CR is, I'm running short of colors. See, I have a good color here. Yes. So CR here is this. Fine. So what do you see that in this triangle, you have this relation. That means BC must be parallel to QR. That is, this side must be parallel to this side. Why? By the converse of BPT. Now, if you remember when I was explaining BPT, let me just go back if I can. Yes. When I was explaining BPT to you, if you remember this, given that, let me just read this. Given that if in any triangle, if you have a straight line intersecting the triangle such that this length by this length is equal to this length by this length, then what was my conclusion? That DE parallel to BC. That is, these two are parallel, right? That was the converse of BPT, and exactly that is what I have applied here. That is, in this triangle, in this triangle, this relation holds, and therefore BC is parallel to QR. Any questions? Okay, so one application of, now direct applications of BPT till now hasn't come in your ICSE. Okay, direct application hasn't come, so that is why I have not solved many examples from BPT. Okay, and very specific examples I have solved so that you just acquainted with BPT. And there are some homework that I have given here. Here I have written unsolved classwork that I'll show you. In the figure given alongside, AD is the bisector of angle BAC. AD is a bisector, which means it is given to you that this angle is equal to this angle. Also given is that AB is 6 centimeters, AC is 4 centimeters, BD is 3 centimeters. You need to find out the length of BC. That means in order to find BC, you must first find out DC. Okay, now by angle bisector theorem, you know that if a bisector of an angle of a triangle intersects the third side at a point, then it divides that side in the ratio of the other two sides. So therefore, I can write by angle bisector theorem, I can write BD by DC must be equal to, that is, let me just erase and show you. Therefore, I can write this side BD by this side DC must be equal to this side by this side. Okay, so that is what I'm going to write. BD by DC equal to AB. Ragini, Ragini, AB by DC. Okay, so let's put the values. BD.
Yes, sir.
What happened? Whom are you talking to?
Sir, no one. Sir, my mic is mute.
AB is 6 and DC you have to find out. BD, sorry, this is BD, no? Yes, BD, sorry. So BD is given how much? BD is given 3 centimeters. By DC we have to find out AB is 6 and EC is 4. So now you can find out, cancel this, 3, 2. So 3 times BC is equal to 6. That means BC is equal to 6 by 3, which is 2 centimeters. So you have managed to find out the length of DC, and this was given to be 3. So therefore, what is the length of BC? 3 plus DC. Therefore, BC is equal to BD plus DC. BD is how much? 3, and CD is 2, 5 centimeters. Any questions? Angle bisector theorem? No questions. Ragini, you don't have any question?
No, sir.
You should have 1 or 2 questions at least. Let us see Vivek's
No,
problem.
sir, I don't have.
Now, Vivek had sent this problem in the group, I think. So, this was the figure given, and XYZ was given as the lengths of these sides. Okay, and you had to prove 1 by X plus 1 by Y is equal to 1 by Z. This is what you have to prove in this. Now, see, in this figure, what can you see? What are the triangles similar that you can see? Suppose I consider the sides, this side and this side. Then what triangles can I see which relates these two sides? I can see this triangle, right? And I can see this triangle, smaller triangle, which I can prove to be similar, right or wrong? Can I prove them to be similar?
Yes, sir.
Yes, because one angle is common angle and two right angles. So I'm not writing the proof of similarity, but you will have to write the proof of similarity. Okay, I'm simply marking the angles that are equal. What are the angles that are equal in these two triangles? This is the common angle, and these two right angles are there, this right angle and this right angle. Okay, so let us now write the proportional sides. In this case, the proportional sides that you are going to get is PQ by PB is equal to PD by PD is equal to QD by BD, right? So now what are the values? PQ is Z, PB is X, is equal to PD, I don't know, I'll write as it is, PD by PD, and QD by BD also I don't know, so I'll write as it is. Okay, call this 1. Okay, now let us consider the other. If I can erase this a little, it will be easier to explain. Okay. So I have P, I have Q. Now what are the triangle that I can see which relates this side and this side? What are the triangle that I can see? I can see this triangle, okay, and I can see this triangle, which can be proved to be similar. Okay, you'll do the proof of similarity on your own. I'm just marking the angles. So this is the common angle between the two triangles, and obviously this is your right angle. Okay, so I'm writing the proportional sides. The proportional sides are PQ by CD is equal to BP by BC is equal to BQ yes, BQ QD by, so this is BQ by BD. Fine. Okay, so what is given here? Let us write. PQ is given to be Z and CD is given as Y. BP by BC is equal to BQ by BD. Fine. So this is these are the two relations from which we are going to do the proof. Now see what happens here. Now see, you can either start from, see what you are getting here is QD by BD, right? QD and BD are all related to this side. Okay, and what are you getting here? BQ by BD. BQ by BD is also related to your this side. Okay, so you can start with either of the two. So we have, let us start with this one QD. Let's start from 1. QD by BD is equal to Z by X. Now what is QD? QD, if you see, QD is nothing but BD minus BQ. Let us call this 2. Okay, and we are starting from 1. From 1. QD by BD is equal to Z by X. And QD, this length, is nothing but this entire length BD minus this BQ. So that is what I have written, BD minus BQ. Divided by BD, we write as it is equal to Z by X. Now we separate. This can be written as BD by BD minus BQ by BD is equal to Z by, that means this is 1 minus BQ by BD is equal to Z by X. Okay, and what is BQ by BD from 2? From here, BQ by BD is Z by Y. is equal to Z by, you got now. You simplify, you'll get. So you get Z by X plus Z by Y is equal to 1. Take Z common. 1 by X plus 1 by Y is equal to 1. That means 1 by X plus 1 by Y is equal to 1 by Z. Any problem? I hope it's clear.
No, sir.
Okay, so how much time do we have left? The point. What time does this class end?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. So we don't have enough time.
Sir, 10 minutes.
10 minutes. 9:35.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then we have time. Okay, 10 minutes. Yes, now it's sure. 10 minutes we have. So I think I can help you out with one problem which I had set as your unsolved classwork. You have time for that. So this problem here is it's hardly visible. Anyway, let's see. E and F are points on the side PQ and PR respectively in triangle PQR. For each of the following cases, state whether EF parallel to QR. Okay, so let us draw a triangle. Let us call this PQR, PQ, and R. Okay. E and F are points on PQ and PR in triangle. So you take any 2 points on the triangle. Okay. Take the points to be E and F triangle and join them. Okay. You need to check whether EF parallel to QR. But question here is, what are the measurements given? PF. PF. In the first case, we are doing the first one. PF is given to be 3.9. EQ is given to be 3. PF is given to be not PF. RF is given to be 9, definitely. Okay, and the other side PE I think is 8 centimeters. The question is whether this line EF, the question is whether this line EF is parallel to QR. We are going to use the converse of BPT to check whether these two are parallel or not. And how do we check? We check whether this length divided by this length is equal to this length divided by this length. If they are equal, then we can say by the converse of BPT that EF is parallel to QR. Okay, so we check first. So what we do is at PE by EQ is how much? 8 by 3. And what is PF by FR? It is 3.9 by 9. Okay. Now you check whether these two ratios are equal. Are they equal? This is 39 by 90. So what you see is, since PE by EQ is not equal to PF by FR, hence we say that EF is not parallel to QR. Is that absolutely clear? Or any questions? Yes? Why the silence?
No, sir.
Why the silence? Is this a stunning silence? Are you stunned?
No.